I think there's been a lot of business people who've passed through the White House in the last couple of weeks, and I think they've schooled President Trump a bit on that it's very complicated with China and don't get in a battle. But we do have an opportunity because China's rattled. China's economy is fragile. They've got a leadership meeting coming up at the end of this year where Xi has to consolidate his power. It's been amazing how soft China's been to all the provocations. I think it's good and it's necessary.
I want to tell people what you've written here. It said you have seen firsthand the effects of China's toolbox on foreign companies. Cyber theft, physical theft from military contractors, from U.S. multinationals, capital requirements, protectionism. It goes on. And if they complain, dawn raids, antitrust actions, tax audits, other sticks. Why should we not try to rattle China if that's what they do to us?
No, I completely agree with it. We need a reset, and this rattling has been good, but we need a smart reset. My concern is what's going into U.S. TR now are a lot of trade remedy lawyers and heavy industry, steel and aluminum people. That's necessary because of overcapacity and dumping. But if we don't focus on the economy of the future, where China's focused on biopharma, on aerospace, on new materials, on semiconductors, then we might get too tied up in these border protections and not look at China's looking 20, 30, 40, 50.
But how do we combat those things?
We combat it now with very smart policies on reciprocity. And you can't always get reciprocity, but that should be the basis of what we do.
And that means what in a trade negotiation?
It means if you can't do it there, you can't do it here. If you can't buy it there, you can't buy it here, because China's had these protected industries and they're full of money, and now they're going out and they know our open system, so they're going out doing acquisitions. We could wake up and China's going to own robotics and all kinds of industries.
That's going to look like protectionism by another name.
Well, you know, industrial policy and protectionism worked for America for 150 years. Not really so strong a protectionism, it's just having a policy looking at China as what they're really doing. There's two parts of China. There is I call it the General Electric side of China, where you've got all these people that are well educated and they follow the rules and they got KPIs. Communist Party is a very strong corporate, and they're the ones that are doing all the trade negotiations. Then you've got the China Inc. side, where you'll have a dawn raid and so people don't file WTO cases. So we have to look at China, what it's really doing, and then move ahead and face that and counter it.
What about the currency? Is that a third rail in terms of a trigger from the Chinese perspective to actually call them on that?
Actually, if we call China on the currency, they're going to be so happy. That's yesterday's story.
Right.
And for years, we've been going and talking on the currency, and China can filibuster for 50 minutes on that. Meanwhile, all the heavy industrial policies are happening over here. We're not focusing on them. Don't do currency. It's not
How vulnerable
today's
is China
issue.
to the trillions of dollars of debt and really focused on industries and companies that don't make any money? The fact that they still have hundreds of millions of people who have not benefited from the uplift that the 300 or 400 million more middle-class Chinese have. How worried should we be that China is a lot more fragile than it seems from the outside?
China is fragile. I don't think it's ready to blow up. They can go along like they are for quite a while, but it is fragile. That is why China's being so soft when coming back to you know, they never let people talk like this as President Trump has. So they need stability. It's really hard. They can go along like they are for quite a while, but they're just brushing their problems under the, you know, they keep the debt going, and they can't keep doing that, and they know it.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.